Hey guys, Rockingtheblade here. Once again, what's up everybody? Welcome to my spoiler-heavy talk of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Whew, as you saw from my, obviously not before I go any further, this is going to be spoiler-heavy, meaning tons of spoilers. I'm going to spoil everything or as much as I can remember from the movie. And so, if you haven't seen the movie yet, obviously click away from this video. I know it's 4 hours. Give yourself an intermission. That's what we did. About the halfway mark. Give yourself an intermission. Give yourself some snack, drink, pee, poop, whatever you need to do. Go see the movie, and when you're done, come back so you can hear my thoughts on all the new scenes and just overall how much of a better film it is. So, you have been warned. You can't say, you spoiled me. It's on the title, It's on the title, for God's sakes. It's on my title. On my YouTube on my title when you click on the video. But to be courteous, again, I'm giving you a heads up. It's spoiler heavy. So if you see this and get spoiled, that's your fault. You've been warned. Before I go any further, I also want to apologize for not releasing this video on time because I said I was gonna do it yesterday, and I'm past the date. I said I was gonna do it, and I have a good reason. My income tax money came in, so I kind of went, gave some money to my folks. Got some stuff for me. In fact, this is one of the things I bought. I got the mug from the Critical Role shop that says, "How you want to do this?" Yeah. Just so you know, this sucker's $50, but it's $50 well spent. And I used that cup in the show a lot, so that's pretty cool. And then it works to keep your drinks nice and cold, and it just looks cool. So like you see in that time period, it's real nice. I recommend getting it though. On the pricey side, I admit it's probably the most expensive cup I ever bought in my life, but it's worth it. It's beautiful. So yeah, I kind of went shopping crazy. I got that amongst other things. So that's why I missed. I was supposed to do it the following day on March 19th, and I didn't because of, like I said, my income tax money came in. I apologize. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Can I just say to Warner Brothers, leave Zack alone. This man is incredibly talented in what he is doing. This is the second time where his cut is better than your cut, Warner Brothers. This is the second time this happened. The first time was with BVS. You cut out 30 minutes. And granted, I still enjoyed it for what it was. It was still incredible. But because it was still his vision is minus 30 minutes, and it made a good amount of money, like over $800 million worldwide. It's nothing to sneeze at. But it would have hit $1 billion had it was shown the ultimate cut, which we eventually got on DVD and Blu-ray, on digital and Blu-ray and DVD release. Because you know why? It was the #1 digital and physical thing. What the hell I'm saying? It's the platform. It was #1 both digitally and physically on the DVD sales for 6 weeks in a row worldwide. For 6 weeks around the world, so not just in America. And it had the highest, when it premiered on HBO, it was the highest movie premiere in HBO history. So it was breaking records well after it came out, when it came out. So it goes to show you that the power of the ultimate cut. So then you're thinking, okay, they learned their lesson, right? Nope. They did it again. They wanted to cut it. They wanted to cut it down to 2 hours. He had to fight the studio, but like what happened with Autumn, his daughter, she committed suicide. He needed time to mourn. They brought in Josh Whedon, who just ruined this movie. Looking back, it's like, wow, Warner Bros., you got a lot of explaining to do. The fact that you allowed that to be released and not this is downright shameful and just disgusting. Just wow. Like, how do you watch that and think, yeah, this is cool? Seriously? And again, you know how I know they're probably regretting that decision now and probably begging Zack to come back? I was one of the lucky ones, I guess Cooper would say, my friend, my luck kicking in. I saw the whole movie with no problem. No hiccups, no glitches. Unfortunately, some people I know on Facebook and Twitter, eventually did see it, but I had a really hard time seeing it at first because it was constantly crashing. HBO Max, and even HBO Go, I heard, was crashing hard because so many people watching at the same time that the servers couldn't handle it. The last time something like that happened was like season 1 of Luke Cage. That was a while back ago since that happened. Because when that happened, when Luke Cage came out, I remember Netflix was a nightmare to get on. For some people, it worked slow. For others, they couldn't even get on this thing. Same thing with HBO Max and HBO Go. It crashed. It was slow. They couldn't even get on. Luckily, we saw it at a great time, and me and my family experienced none of that. But others weren't so lucky, and they apologized, of course. Now it's like calming down a bit. I mean, yeah, because I heard it premiered ending around midnight or so, and it was like right from the jump, sucker was crashing. Because to show you how many people are excited for this, and then early review, and here's the Rotten Tomatoes score. Rotten Tomatoes, in terms of like Zack's DC movies, they gave Batman still I think 50% rotten. BVS was like, I think 26 or 36 rotten. However, Rotten Tomatoes, even they couldn't deny how great this movie was. It got a 78% fresh rating. Even they couldn't bullshit this. Even people that I thought was gonna hate this movie end up even really some said it was good, some said it was even great. Of course, Angry Joe, being a Superman fan, he thought it was great. Walter, Walter, Amnesiac, I think his name is. I'm sorry, I'm butchering his name. He's the one that makes fun of Zack Snyder thing and saying I'm cool and all that crap. His horrible impression of Zack Snyder, which, Jesus Christ, wow, he hasn't done that in a while because, yikes, it's just awful, not funny. Even he said it was good, and I had a heart attack. I'm thinking, oh, he's gonna hate this movie. It's not gonna be. He says it was really good. It was pretty good. I'm like having a Fred Sanford. Oh, Elizabeth is the big one. I'm like, that's how great this cut was. Seriously, for even Walter to say this was pretty damn good, you did well. Zack did well, and one of us, you effed up badly. Let's get this. The fight scenes. So much better. Because like I said, I think in a non-spoiler one, Batman was a wussy in that one. He got his ass kicked on anything. Here he is. Yeah, he got tossed around a little bit, but he got that parademon out quick. They got tossed around a few times. He quickly got up, did his cool punch kick, drop kicked him, and then his epic spin kick to his parademon. Batman was more in charge. He felt part of the team. And during the third act, not only was like busting caps he was like busting caps in his Batmobile. When it broke, he was out, while Wonder Woman and Cyborg and Aquaman was fighting Steppenwolf on the inside of like his base. Batman was making sure none of the parademons got inside, because Batman was going around throwing bombs at the parademons, grabbing a gun, shooting at them, blowing their brains up, getting on a turret and shooting them down. I mean, cutting them apart. Batman was a badass in this movie. This was the Ben Affleck I'm gonna bruise you up Dark Knight Batman, which everyone loved. You know what I'm saying? He felt like not he was important, he was a part of this team. I mean, he was important. And I like how the fact that Superman's death inspired him, that, one of my favorite lines, he said that when Alfred said, how do you know, you guys could pull this off or Superman's gonna even show up? He said, I have faith, Alfred. I have faith. That's because he saw how Superman sacrificed himself for a world here that's not his. because because he wanted to protect the people he loved, like Lois and his mom, and plus all his plus all his friends that of the Earth. So he restored his humanity, because I kind of the reference in BVS where like in that one dream where before the bat monster comes out, it's all full of like tall grass, and it kind of how I like how it represents how he's kind of lost. He's lost his way. He doesn't know how to fix things. He doesn't know he's directionless, or has no sense of direction of how to like fix things, and he feels lost. But at the end of the movie, after Superman sacrificed himself, it had that same grass, but there was an open path. As Superman, Batman walks toward it, representing that thanks to Superman's sacrifice, he restored his faith. It helped Batman restore his faith in humanity, thus help him to walk down the right path, and knowing what he had to do, and finding Aquaman, which that scene was different. He paid him money, and kind of he was still speaking a different language. He was kind of showing, hey, he was spoke the language he was saying. I know you're talking about too. He even paid the people money so he could speak to him and stuff, and that scene was played a little bit different. Of course, he walked away, and he walked away. Aquaman was not interested at first, and one of the scene with Aquaman that William Dafoe's character was telling him, the people, the Atlanteans are like acting up, and Earth, something's coming. You need to take your mother's trying, and Aquaman was not interested. He was like coming to this king's tomb because it's nice and quiet or whatever. And then also it's one of the new scenes that was like really nicely acted, and also Flash, even I felt, the Whedon cut was still kind of funny, but he was naturally funny in this movie. Ezra Miller was like funny as hell in this movie. He was charismatic. He is the Flash. He had a lot of cool scenes. At one point, which I'll get to in a moment. But I like my favorite part where when he saves Iris from the car crash, was a cool scene. He gets a hot dog because he's like trying to apply for a job as a dog walker, and he goes with the dog. He's like, hey, so do I have the job? Because he kind of showed like he has experience. He came in late, even though he's the fastest man alive. I found that kind of funny. He's late, yeah, he get there really. He's like his power is speed. Yeah, he got to the job late. I'm like, what the hell, Barry? I don't know, maybe he overslept, or I don't know, he didn't feel like breaking his shoes because he saw when he was using the which it kind of explains why he didn't want to run there, because when he saw Iris get into that accident with the truck, which by the way, why that happened, if you're wondering why that happened, this dumbass dropped his sandwich, and instead of stopping the car to get it, he kept driving while trying to get the damn sandwich. That's why he hit Iris with the truck with the car. I'm like, oh my god. And unfortunately, it's not a movie. There are dumb people that would do something like that. So that's unfortunate. So they're like, that's a movie. That wouldn't happen. No, that probably would happen in real life, especially here in Florida. People drive. Yeah, I believe that. So his shoes broke. Like, it showed in the trailer too, so that's not like a spoiler, but still. His shoes broke. It was a cool scene. But he was naturally funny and charismatic. I love how the scene, they showed the scene of him, like, when in the tunnel battle scene, which, by the way, Batman was badass in that scene, too. Shooting on the parademons, and it showed the full sequence of him, like, he stops the gun, chops it off, and gives that parademon an uppercut into the wall. Why did you cut that out, Whedon? That was a cool moment. And then when Flash came in too, it's like, we're just not together. He's like dodging all epically, and he managed to push him into the wall, and Batman's like, get out of here, I'll distract him. But people, people wondering why didn't, Flash knew had his powers, but he's afraid that if he still wasn't like there yet to like, he wasn't like, I think, comfortable enough to grab, because it was a scene where he was like, they were going up the stairs with Cyborg, and which I'll get to his in a moment. They were going up the stairs, and what was it? Yeah, he was like grabbing people to go quicker. And I bet you're wondering why we didn't do that. I think in this version, or this interpretation, yes, he's been Flash for a while, but he's not comfortable enough to drag people in this because he's afraid he might think whiplash him. Because yes, he knows to control it for himself, but he doesn't know. But he's not like advanced enough yet to like start moving people. So I think that's where he's at. And so like, yes, he's used it before, but not moving fast with people. He doesn't look mastered that yet. As he saw, he did what he did with his shoes. He ripped through them. But still, of course, it's the sequence of him like giving Wonder Woman that was so cool. The whole him being on top of him, which again Wonder Woman was in 4, that was cut out. But still, I love also the battle sequences. With Steppenwolf was amazing too. Yeah, Wonder Woman. Let me get her out of the way. She was like the least character development, but again, like I said in my non-spoiler review, she has 2 movies: Wonder Woman and her movie and Wonder Woman 84. Both excellent films, especially 84. I don't care what people say. 84 is the shit. It's not shit. It is the shit. Meaning it's dope. Go watch it. Don't hear people's opinions. See it for yourself. But action scene wise, she had the best. Especially with it being rated R. She was like cutting down fools. Just being badass. Even at the scene where, like, the guy the terrorist tried to blow it up, she was like brutalizing them, and it was like such badass and cool. Of course, Aquaman had a little more scenes too. Surfing. That cool scene of him, like, my man jumping up and throwing the demons and then spiking two of them together at the same time. It was cool. It was so cool and riding them down to the end. And oh man, it was so dope. And he had more of a reason to show why he was hesitant at first. It lingered why he was hesitant and showed why he didn't want to join the team at first, but eventually he did. Also, by everyone, Batman being badass, being more why he wanted to do this. Wonder Woman, like I said, being more supportive to each other, and like I said, had at least development. But again, she had 2 movies. Flash being charismatic. Oh yeah, let me get to the Flash part. I'm jumping all over the place. My favorite part was because when they were trying to stop the mother box, it exploded. I'm like, see, so now this is a different movie. And Flash saw and like, oh my, and then he's like, stop, and he activated the Speed Force and realized he failed. And so Flash never used his power before. So it showed they still learning to use his powers. That's why he didn't grab the people. He's afraid like he might whiplash and kill them. So, but he technically successful. Like, come on, Barry, you gotta go fast. And he was like, he starts running really fast. Using the Speed Force to go back in time, to run past time, to get to the mother box before it exploded, to give Cyborg, because he wanted to trade electricity while Cyborg's in the mother box to tap him. That way he can like spread it apart. That way the mother box won't explode. And ultimately, why they were trying to do that, because before with the original movie cut was like, oh, the mother boxes, the mothers. No, Steppenwolf, which by the way, like I mentioned before, he has a clear motive because his motive. I want to mention the non-spoiler because he apparently was killing, even though they suspected him trying to like take Darkseid's throne. Though his defense was, I was killing the people that I was trying to take Darkseid's throne. I was defending him, not trying to take his throne. So like, we can't trust you. He's like, well, if I take over Earth, you gotta conquer a whole bunch of planets. Then maybe we'll think about letting you back in. But then, since while getting the mother boxes, he found the ancient battle, with the ancient Darkseid, the anti-life equation. Like, hey, it's here on Earth. And eventually, you saw Darkseid, which he looked amazing, sound amazing, looked amazing. He's all like, hey, the anti-life equation your ancestor fought was here on Earth. So basically, Darkseid, around about way of saying, if you manage to get me here, without saying it, I'll let you back in, pretty much, if you can succeed in his mission. So now he has a motivation in why he's doing what he's doing. It's not just random bullshit. But yeah, that Speed Force moment with Flash was badass. That was the coolest thing he did in that movie. It was the dopest shit. He saved the day. He literally saved the Justice League. They all died in the explosion, even Superman. It was thanks to Flash using the Speed Force, he saved everyone. That was such a badass moment. And can I just say, even though it's called the Justice League movie, this felt like a Cyborg movie. Because even though Cyborg had a bit more action scenes here and there, even though, like I said, Wonder Woman and Batman were still in the show, and Aquaman too, and Superman towards the end, and he had some cool action scenes here as Cyborg, a little more action scenes, but he had the biggest character development of everybody. I mean, it showed the football scene and why he hated his dad and how he felt like a monster, why he was hesitant at first, and eventually why he eventually joined the league. And it was fleshed out so much better. You know what I mean? And it even shows how, he, as a, Victor, Cyborg's father was like Mr. Stone was being regretful because he's always there. Cause he would have that amazing football scene with Cyborg's character. His dad wasn't there because he's so busy with his work and stuff. And it's just kind of sad. It's kind of sad. You see him vulnerable, crying, which his dad was there because he won the big college game and his dad wasn't there. He was too busy working. but then of course they're like wondering, hey, are you with us? So, how the mother box. Then they show his origin of like how how Earth found the mother box and why, and after he sees his son dying, how he figured out the thing and used it to save his son, and they showed that scene too. It's just it's just it was just so cool. He had it's just it showed the importance of fatherhood and unity. I think it's a movie. I think my older brother said that where we have a Jewish guy with a white guy with Ben Affleck, an Amazonian woman, a Hawaiian character. I think Hawaiian or Samoan character with Aquaman. An African American man with Ray Fisher, a Jewish boy with Flash. Superman being an alien. All these different people from different walks of life, from another world, even putting the differences aside to come together for a greater good. It's a positive message from that movie, which I totally agree. It's a positive message for them to come together and just save the world from the evil that is Steppenwolf and eventual invasion of Darkseid. And it was just so awesome, man. What else? I just love how the Martian Manhunter scene. Oh my god! I knew it was coming because the script notes, and when it came, it was like, that's not Martha Kent. That's in the back of my mind, and it was like, and he kind of went to the lowest to kind of like not lose faith in humanity and stuff, and like it showed the red eyes, and it went to the Martian Manhunter, and he went back to the general. So that general guy was Martian Manhunter. And he's gonna play, and towards the end, he visits his Bruce, to let him know that there's a threat coming and needs his help, and it looks like he can play a bigger part in a sequel if there is one, and it looked really amazing. Oh my god, it just Batman was great. Aquaman had a lot more cool scenes and fleshed out his character more. Like I said, Cyborg had the biggest one. Wonder Woman not so much, but again, like I said, her action scenes were still badass. Soundtrack was dope as hell. Also, that Nightmare and Justice sequence was the shit. That was amazing. Oh my god, man. I mean, I love the Injustice games. I can't wait for part 3, by the way. I can't wait for that. Seriously, another round. Get to stepping on that because I can't wait. But I love how Flash looked. He looked how he wore the suit that he wore in BVS. Connecting to BVS, you see Cyborg and Aquaman's lover, and you see Deathstroke, even Joker. Which, by the way, I love how, besides the whole Flash scene and Cyborg's character development, that was the most talked about scene in this freaking movie. Because the chemistry between Ben Affleck's Batman and Jared Leto's Joker was amazing. I can't say it was David Ayer's fault, who's the director of Suicide Squad, because I heard even Warner Bros. Was it, despite interfering with. I mean, I'm in the minority saying Suicide Squad was a damn good movie. I mean, it was stupid. It has its stupid parts, a lot of stupid things, but it was a good dumb action movie. You know what I'm saying? Still, it's better than. I'd rather watch that than Iron Man 2 or Thor: Dark World or Iron Man 3 any day. I watched Suicide Squad three times before I watch those movies again. That's how much I feel it's better in terms of that. But I don't know what happened, because I feel like maybe they're trying to capture lightning. Warner Bros. Want to capture lightning in a bottle with Jared Leto. Maybe try to be like a Heath Ledger, or maybe they want him to act like that. Maybe Jared Leto had a way of how he wanted Joker to act, but they want him to act this way. He's got to follow directions. Because I felt like Zack's like, don't be Heath Ledger, don't be Jack Nicholson. Don't be Joaquin Phoenix. Do Jared Leto's version / interpretation of the Joker. And he, within that 5-minute discussion between Batman's Ben Affleck and Jared Leto's Joker, he knocked it out the park. I mean, I was like entranced. I was pulled in because he was like, that 5 minutes I mean, people were like, man, his Joker sucks, to like, I want a movie with this dude. That is turning it around. I have never seen that. Because, like, even I admit, the little I saw, I wasn't really impressed. But then again, he was only there for like 10 minutes in that freaking movie. So he was only there long enough for me to judge. But if I had to judge, It was I mean, you could have got someone better, honestly. He didn't do terrible, but he didn't do amazing. I think he was just like, it was I. And if he would have gotten replaced, if he would have gotten replaced, honestly, wouldn't care because he just did okay. And he's supposed to be the Joker. You gotta do better than just okay, all right. But here in that sequence, which is excellent, which is they shot extra, by the way, he killed it. He nailed it. I mean, the chemistry between him and Batman was, oh my God, guys, it was amazing, and I can't wait to see them together. That includes just a nightmare because Bruce wakes up. That knows what Martian. He wakes up. That's when Martian Manhunter shows up. But still, it's just still, I want that. Also, again, Stephen, like I said, his motivation was better. He looked better too. I mean, Josh Whedon's version, he looked decent, but Zack's version looks more scary, more intimidating. It just looks way better. He had more lines. He had more motivation. And like I said, he was downright brutal. Like during the Amazon scene, he was like cutting them down like they were nothing. And he in the most brutal way, like chopping them up, splitting them in half, cutting them apart. But them women, they were tough, man. They just kept coming after him. And he's like, man, he was like not afraid. He was willing to die. And of course, Superman's epic return. You know, they had a cool scene with it. There was like some scenes with Cyborg and Flash and Aquaman that was cut out from the original version. Why did they do that? I don't know. And you know, in the movie, like, oh, we just got the last mother box. We're not gonna stop that. There's a scene where, you know, it shows Victor's dad dies, but he's still trying to stop Steppenwolf. But he died and sacrificed himself, not only to save the world, but that way they could find the last mother box. Because he kind of put like a radiation on it, the way Cyborg can track it so they can figure out where, you know, Steppenwolf's base was. So he sacrificed himself that way they can stop Steppenwolf's evil. But so that scene had a point to what happened. And of course, Superman, Henry Cavill, he was there. It was amazing. The black suit was dope. The little action scenes he had with Steppenwolf was bad fucking ass. And not only that, Superman, it emphasizes, unlike Luke's death that was wasted, unlike Kevin Conroy's live-action interpretation of Batman and Legends of Tomorrow was wasted, Superman's death emphasized why it needed to happen. Because the mother boxes were separated here on Earth. And they were afraid of Superman. That's why they didn't activate. The minute Superman's, he got stabbed and he died, he screamed in agony from the death. It echoed around the world, and the mother boxes sensed that Superman died. That's why it showed, the Earth's mother box and the Atlanteans and the Amazon's mother boxes suddenly awakening. Because they're like, he's dead. The only threat that can stop us is dead. So now while you have the chance. The time is now to come, and that's why Steppenwolf was able to come, because the only threat that was in his way had died. And I'm trying to think what else. And overall, it's just a fantastic movie. It was way better done. And again, Warner Bros., let Zack do part 2, part 3, and Wonder Woman 3. Whatever. He's proven he cares about these characters and knows what the hell he is doing. You know what I'm saying? Superman was badass in that, and he was like, Superman was badass. Everyone was awesome. They had a cool team pose before they got to the final base. Oh, they made that to a poster. It was, guys, it was so damn good. It was amazing, guys. I mean, this was an amazing movie. I mean, oh, God. It was so cool. Even how Superman flew up and, oh, my God, guys. Again, you got to see this movie. If you're wondering about see it, go see this movie. I cannot recommend it enough. And Zach, if you're somehow watching this, it's just me almost gushing about your movie about 30 minutes or so. Let me just say this. Also, no mustache scene. Thank God. Your daughter will be incredibly proud. Thank you for never giving up and finishing this film. And thank you, the fans, for making this possible. Because of you, we got this. And again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is obviously I give this movie a 9 out of 10 again. It's probably going to be my favorite movie of the year. It's going to be tough to beat. Even people that normally wouldn't like these Zack's movies saying this movie is damn good. And that's something, man. So, Zack, your daughter will be proud. Thank you for never giving up. And thank you also Zack's wife for, encouraging him on. All right, guys. I hope you enjoy my spoiler-heavy video talk. Thank you for watching. And as always, please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. As always, this is Rockingtheblade signing out. Hope to see you guys again real soon. Peace out. Have a great day. And restore the Snyderverse. Till then, guys, have a good one.